Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube, and today we are going to be talking about one of my favorites, the glorious Voyager token. Big shout out to all the VGX heroes, and we will be going over Voyager token at a super high level. So this is going to be very important that you pay attention to the entirety of this TA, because we'll be discussing Bitcoin and what it is doing at the end of this video, which is pertinent to Voyager token and its most recent price action. Now, on a daily chart, this paints a very clear picture what is going on right now. We can see that Voyager token is testing this 50 moving average and the Ichimoku cloud. Currently, at the time of this video, Voyager token just doesn't have enough momentum to really be pressing this cloud on the daily chart. So let's go ahead and switch over to a 12-hour chart. And you can see that this thing has come down quite nicely, bounced off the 200 moving average, and it is going to, in my opinion, try to make a pass through this Ichimoku cloud. There are a few things that Voyager VGX has going for it right now. First and foremost, we had this very nice run up, and we had some very nice Elliott wave theory to the upside, followed by what I suspect is a Gartley pattern on a more micro scale. So let's go ahead and look into this to see where the possible buy zone is if this in fact was a Gartley pattern. So with that said, we are going to throw up our XABC pattern, and we are basically looking for a drop point for D. Where is D going to be, folks? So we're going to clear this out, and we are going to make some measurements. I'm going to measure from the A point down to the X point. And what I'm just kind of looking for here is to see where price action ended up at the C spot. So this is good to see. We can technically see price action run all the way up to A, but not higher than A. So you guys got to understand that. So we have established our C spot. Now we are going to go ahead and measure up our B spot. And what I'm looking for here, folks, is the fact that price action came down to at least the 61.8. This is very important. And then we have to make sure price action did not come lower than the 786, folks. This is very important that we do not violate the 786. And just based off this pattern here, I would say that this is in the clear for a potential Gartley bullish pattern. So let's go ahead here and just mark up a Fibonacci retracement. And what we're going to be looking for is the 127 to 161.8 level being down in here. So let's go ahead and do this right now, folks. We are going to draw this up. And this is a confirmed bullish Gartley pattern that we are seeing with Voyager token on the 12-hour chart. Now this is very good to see that price did bounce off this 127 level, because if it hadn't, we would have likely seen a $2.14 Voyager token or met somewhere in the middle around the $2.50 level. Now this was something I was speculating on in a couple of videos that I've done in the past, and it is good to see that we did basically pull a reversal. We've got some great bullish engulfing candles to the upside. However, folks, people are selling the pump. And how do we know this? Well, we can look at these Heiken Ashi candles, and they are showing some big red flags to me, in the sense that we are seeing price action move all the way up, making some good forward progress, but then the bears are selling off. People are selling this pump. So we are kind of in this tipping point where we have officially kind of crested this 50 moving average, but now we have a much bigger problem ahead of us, and that is this gigantic Ichimoku cloud, which price action will need to aggressively pass through. So it could be that we see Voyager come up to the $4-ish level over the next few days, maybe make a pullback and try to force its way through maybe something like this up to the 61.8, which would land us above the Ichimoku cloud on the 12-hour chart. This is going to be so important that it plays out in a fashion similar to this. I'm really looking for some Elliott wave theory here to the upside to basically, excuse me, I am having all sorts of computer problems right now. Okay, those have been resolved. But if we can get back up to around this $4.97 level, $5-ish level, I do think there are some really great things in the works for Voyager token. Now that we've gotten this Gartley established, we can definitely see that there is a nice trend line to the upside. And let's just sail. Let's just hope that price action, when we form this cup and handle, if we form this cup and handle, basically takes off from here. Otherwise, we might see another pullback down to around these $4-ish levels, maybe make another comeback, and at that point in time, if this is the route that VGX takes, we may see something like this, a gigantic cup and handle ascending triangle, something of that nature. So I do think that as of right now, Voyager token is looking super good. I picked up some at $3.10 the other day, and I am very happy with the way things are trading. You know, will we see something like this play out where we get a pure neckline right at this $5.50 level for some sort of inverse head and shoulders? We'll just have to wait. Time is going to tell. But I do think that on a grander scale, we will be seeing some Elliott wave theory to the upside, something like this, to come back up and maybe hit these $5.50 levels to possibly create some sort of inverse head and shoulders or nice cup and handle for that matter. I want to really look at this thing just on the weekly chart just to see what's coming up. And we can see there is no 50, no 200 on this chart, but price looks like the RSI is at 41, which is way oversold. And I do think that this thing has so much room to run if we can get some really solid support over the next few months, maybe even into the first or second week of February. So folks, I do think that Voyager token is looking decent, but we really need to take a peek at Bitcoin to see what exactly is going on with it. So in the video I did earlier with Bitcoin, you can kind of see just by some of the prices that you're seeing, or some of this trend work here, that I'm kind of speculating the same thing in a sense for Bitcoin, and I'm hoping that we get this nice ascending triangle formation or cup and handle formation. And what I'm hoping that we do not get with Bitcoin is a very nasty a very nasty, oh my goodness folks, you gotta forgive me, I am trying to get the hang of this new studio that I have set up. I've got things set up drastically different, and I need to correct that. But we may be seeing somewhat of a head and shoulders play out with Bitcoin. And that's why I'm hoping that we see some sort of cup and handle here and just completely annihilate that possibility of a head and shoulders for Bitcoin. Because at that point in time, we will see on a weekly chart for Bitcoin, price action crash through the 50. And it's a long way to the 200. But that might be the great reset that crypto needs to move on to the next bull run. Who knows? I'm not here to say it's over or anything like that, because I do like the way things are shaking out at this moment. So with that said, folks, I do think that everything is looking pretty decent. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to all the Patreons of this channel. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon, it's $3 a month. It'll get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful day wherever you are at in the world, and we'll see you guys on the next video.